Do I have to go here again? Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to Lineup Predictions here on the Magpie Channel TV, where we'll be predicting the lineup. What lineup? Leeds tomorrow, 6 o'clock kickoff at St James's, live on BT Sport, I believe. I always forget to check what channel it's on. No one cares, no one wants to watch that shit anyway. Shout out to Callum Lewis for the intro idea, by the way. Before we get into it, just want to say thank you very much to everyone so far who has subscribed to the channel. We've just hit 9k subscribers. We are now on the road to 10k. Huge milestone we've been looking forward to for a long time. So if you haven't already, please smash that red button, get subscribed and help get us to 10k. Would much appreciate it. As well as like targets. Last week, the other day, whenever it was, I set a ambitious 250 like target after setting an ambitious one the week before and absolutely smashed it with way over 300. Yeah, we failed to get the 250 guys. We only got 216. Let's say it was ambitious, so thank you to all of the 216 that did like it. This week's target, I'm just going to up it a little bit. We'll drop it from 250 and we'll go bang in the middle, 225. That is this video's like target, so please don't forget to smash both buttons, like and subscribe. From Brucey's press conference this morning, and I'm not even gonna go into the absolute fucking waffle. Big Renty's already got a video out about that. He touched on the press conference in his match preview, so go ahead and watch that if you want to hear the absolute bollocks. I'm just here to talk about the team news. That's all I'm interested in. I don't give a fuck what he's got to say anymore. I just look to see who's in, who's out. That's it, and that's what I'm going to bring to you right here. And the news from the presser this morning: defenders are out. Kieran Clark, Federico Fernandez, and Paul Dummett. Neither of them will take place, unfortunately, because we could bloody well do with them. Especially like Kieran Clark and Federico Fernandez, they've been brick for us the last few weeks. Lascelles, Shaw, not up to scratch. That's why we've had to play with Hayden at the back. He's had to push in there and help take the load off of them, and to be fair to him, he does a good job despite being out of position. It's mad when a centre mid's probably the best centre back that we've got at the time. Javier Manquillo is 50-50. He started the game against Aston Villa the other day. His first inclusion in the starting lineup for what feels like ages, like 2-3 months maybe. Like, it seems like there's been no involvement at all from Manquillo, but he has been suffering with COVID. He has been suffering with injuries. So yeah, he's 50-50. We're just going to make a decision on that on the day. Probably start, probably play another full 90 minutes, but he went off the other day with an injury. He did seem to be struggling, so yeah, that's one to look out for. Alan Saint-Maximin, his first inclusion in 9 weeks or something, whatever that was. Yeah, he's been missing for quite a while. Finally made an appearance from the bench. Got about 19-minute run out the other day against Villa. Still didn't really look up to scratch. So yeah, Brucey says that it's still too soon to start. So yeah, we can scratch Saint-Maximin out of the starting 11. Unfortunately, the sooner he's fully fit, and the sooner he can get into a starting lineup ready to go, the better. I can't wait to see Saint-Maximin fully fit. Same with Ryan Fraser. We know he's been struggling since he signed. So even before he signed, after he left Bournemouth, he's obviously been struggling with fitness, lack of match opportunities. So we'll see how that goes. I'd love to see Fraser start because we could do with both of them. Brucey touched on that in his press conference. For one reason or another, neither Saint-Maximin or Fraser have been able to play with each other at the same time, which would be ideal, having them two on the wings. They're the best wingers in the club by far when ready and available. We've seen glimpses of Fraser since he signed, but not the level we expected of him. But we know it's there to come. It's literally just a match fitness issue, so the sooner we can get them two on the field together, the better. DeAndre Yedlin, he is out with visa issues. surely someone at the club can work that one out. Like, is there not like a fucking secretary or someone that does the paperwork to be like, oh, DeAndre Yedlin's visa's running out, we should probably reapply for another one. But that's why he was excluded from the Villa game, and it still hasn't been resolved. There's an expectation that he'll probably leave in January. There's been discussions about that before anyway. In the summer, he was fully expected to go to, I think it was Besiktas, maybe back to the MLS. There's been more talk of him leaving again this January, despite breaking into the first team. I never ever thought that would have happened, but from the Liverpool game where he put in a solid shift, he's been in the team, but he's out now, and that is a very high possibility that without being legal to play, we might as well get rid of him, create space in the 25-man squad, which we do need to. There's been nobody left yet, no one of any importance anyway, with the exception of Rolando Aarons, but anyone from that 25, if we're going to bring people in, which I fucking doubt, someone needs to go. So that could be Yedlin. We may have seen him in the black and white shirt for the last time. Only time will tell. Bruce says that he expects Lascelles to be available, and Sean Longstaff, I honestly don't fucking understand this. He mentioned Sean isn't injured. I think he was an unused sub against Villa. He didn't play anyway. But he says he didn't play for selection reasons. We've got a lot of people back now with the likes of Shelby. He's been out for a while. Sir Maximin, Fraser, etc. We've got a few more available now than we did a couple of weeks ago. Lewis being another one, Manquillo being another one. So we've got more people available, so it's his turn to miss out. So what? You don't need to explain yourself, Bruce, for fucking once. Like, literally, nobody asked, nobody cared. Like, you're the manager, you pick the team. Do what you fucking want. Sean Longstaff's been shit for fucking way over a year since you took over. No one cared that Sean Longstaff wasn't in the starting lineup. You don't need to explain why he wasn't picked. I didn't fucking want him to be picked anyway. Why do you even need to address that? Honestly, Bruce, fucking get some balls, mate. On the Leeds front, they've got some defenders out, which may bode well for us. Robin Cox unavailable. Berardi and Diego Llorente are all out. The goalkeeper, the number one goalkeeper, Ilan Meslier, I think that's how you pronounce it, is back. He's been missing for the last 2 games, but he should be available for tomorrow night, so expect to see him back between the sticks. Let's get into the Newcastle lineup there then, and this is prediction. I'd like to stress that. This is me trying to get myself into Brucey's fucking minging kebab-covered shoes, but yeah, like, I'm looking at it here and I'm fucking raging with what I'm about to tell you, so brace yourselves. Where we'll start is, of course, in goal, as we do every week, and this is starting to become a discussion now. I know a lot of people want to see Dubravka be brought back. Darlow for the last couple of games has looked dodgy. You can maybe point a finger at him for doing better in the first goal against Villa. Shaw sliced the clearance high, but he just didn't seem to deal with it. Like, he got beat by a header when he could have just extended his arms. It looked like he was going up for a 50-50 header. Like, you're the goalkeeper, mate. You are allowed to use your hands. Punch it clear. He could have done either one of those things. He could have probably caught it comfortably, but for some reason he didn't do that. Got beaten in the air by Ollie Watkins, 1-0. The Arsenal game, he had quite an easy back pass set to him. Couldn't organise his feet and sliced one out for a corner behind him. He's looking a bit dodgy, and that's like the whole team. Maybe his confidence is down. Like, obviously we've been conceding a lot of goals lately. Not many of them you can really point a finger at him, but the last couple of games his performances could have been better. He has been our best player this season by a mile. He's been our hero. So should Dubravka come back? He was our hero for the last couple of seasons beforehand. For me, I predict Darlow to keep his place. I think he will still be the number one, at least for another couple of games, unless he makes more mistakes. Like, the mistakes he has made, they haven't been major, other than that Ollie Watkins one. He certainly could have done better, but like I say, for how good he's been this season, I don't think he deserves dropped just yet, but let's not forget Dubravka, the quality that he has, what he can bring to the team, not prone to a mistake at all. So yeah, that's something that we're going to need to monitor, but yeah, I think Darlow for the next couple of games at least, until Dubravka earns his spot back, really. Going to the back line then, and like I say, I must stress this is a prediction, not what I would do, because I fully expect the gloves are fully back on now. We played 5 at the back against Villa. We'll probably be playing 5 at the back against Leeds. So, right wing back, we've potentially only got one option. This isn't even necessarily what I would do, but Emil Kraft. With Manquillo being 50-50 and Yedlin having visa issues, Kraft's the only right back at the club really that can't play there. However, as a wing back, I don't particularly rate Kraft. He hasn't really got a great cross on him. Personally, I would like to see Jacob Murphy played there. I think he offers more as a wing back. As a full back, I would play Kraft over Murphy. I definitely would. Manquillo as well. I think they're both very good full backs. If you're going to play a wing back, I'd rather probably see either Yedlin or Murphy there. But this is Brucey's team. Might as well just fucking chuck Kraft in at wing back and get forward and put shite crosses in. Defensively, I think he's alright. I thought he done well in the first half in the Arsenal game. And he sat out the other day for Manquillo. So, yeah, with Manquillo unlikely to start, that's where Kraft comes back. It's centre-back, and I hate to do it. But with Fernandes, Clark, and Dummer all being out, we'll probably be playing the same 3 that were played there the other day. And yes, that does include Isaac Hayden, Jamal Lascelles, and Fabian Schär. I don't want to see this. I hate seeing Hayden at centre-back, despite doing well. As I said before, he's probably better than fucking Lascelles and Schär. And Lascelles, he's been pissing me off the last few weeks. Captain bollocks. He's just simply not good enough. Schär started to come well after, similar to Yedlin after the Liverpool game. Them two were immense. Performances had been okay in the last few weeks, but yeah, that Villa game, he'd done absolutely nothing for him. But due to lack of options, someone's got to play there. I'd probably rather see a flat back 4 with Kraft, Lascelles and Schär, with Hayden in centre mid. But like I say, I'm putting myself in Brucey's shoes, so this is fully what I expect. And another questionable one, left wing back, Jamal Lewis. Nah, mate, he's just not good enough either. If you've been watching the last few games, last few videos, you'll see that I've been defending him. I really want to see him come good. Like, we spent good money on him. He was highly rated. It's his birthday today as well. Happy 23rd birthday, Jamal Lewis, but not good enough, mate. The performances, shocking. Defensive positioning, shocking. Tackles, just what he offers to the team, nothing. I've discussed Matt Ritchie's position before. Don't particularly rate Matt Ritchie anymore in any position, really, especially not defensively. Maybe as a winger, if we're really lacking in options, like having no Sir Maximin or Fraser, Murphy even. Yeah, I'd maybe rather see Ritchie on the wing, but yeah, for this game, I'd probably rather see Ritchie because of the performances of Lewis. But yeah, I think Bruce will stick with him. And as I said in the last few weeks, I think we should, I think and I hope that there's a player in there deep down somewhere. But his performances just have been severely lacking in the last few weeks. Very frustrating. So yeah, Lewis or Ritchie, flip of a coin, whichever it lands on, go with it. But yeah, I expect to see Lewis there. I'd expect to see 3 centre mids, as much as I don't want to see this either. Similar formation. There is going to be one change that I'll make, which I'll get to shortly. But yeah, the same 3 midfield formation. We'll have Shelvey in the middle with Hendrick on the right. Hendrick, man. Like, at the minute, it's either Hendrick or Sean. And to be fair, neither one of them deserves to be in the starting lineup. But going in this formation, if we don't have Isaac Hayden there, that's why we shouldn't be playing this fucking formation, though. Like, Hayden there, the rock in the middle of the field, which he actually was against Aston Villa for the most part. He was coming back, he was coming out of position, getting forward, sticking a tackle in, but then he had to track back. He had to try and get back into position in the back line. That's why he should be in the midfield, being the anchor man, Ron Burgundy sentence. Why isn't he there? No, he's just standing on the back line, just fucking trying to cover for Lascelles' mistakes. But yeah, Shelvey, he was shit the other day. There's just no consistency in John Joe Shelvey. I don't think that ever was in Jeff Hendrick. But that's the way we're going to go. The other day, Miggy Almiron played in centre mid. That's the one change I'll make. And hopefully, I'd like to see Matty there. maybe with more bodies around him, with Shelvey and Hendrick in the middle of the park, he can look better. I think Matty would excel. Maybe he's in this formation. If he was playing on one side and Shelvey on the other with Hayden in the middle, that would make a lot more sense. But you know, it is. I'm just clutching at straws here. I'm absolutely waffling because I've got fucking no idea what Brucey does in training, picking his lineups, Wheel of Fortune, spin the wheel. What's it gonna land on? Fuck it, that'll do. So yeah, that's my centre midfield 3. Matty's the only one I'd actually like to see there, despite the last run out he had was pretty poor, but he's probably still got to be a better option than Shelvey, Sean, or Jeff Hendrick. So that's what it is. And going forward, the one formation I would make instead of playing 2 up front, I'd like to see Miggy Almiron play as more of a number 10. And this formation looks mega narrow, with Kraft and Lewis pretty much being the only wide options. It looks wank. I'm looking at this starting lineup, and this is my prediction. I'm just thinking it looks so shit. But yeah, Miggy, he's not a striker, he's not a winger, and he's not a centre mid. So maybe we should drop him for this game. But I'd be replacing him with Andy Carroll, who hasn't really done much in the last couple of games. He should be the target man. He puts himself about in previous games, like the Arsenal game. He puts himself about like mad, but in the Villa game, offered absolutely nothing. So maybe having Almiron in the hole, linking up with the midfield and the striker, the lone striker. Callum Wilson, of course. He's probably going to be there to be absolutely isolated as fuck and get absolutely no chances, but someone's got to. If it's not Wilson, it'll be Carroll, or it'll be Gale, or it'll be Joe Linton. Now, honestly, this formation, this team, this lineup, this regime, Steve Bruce, Mike Ashley, I'm fucking sick of it. What I'd prefer to do is go for maybe a more 4-4-2. Certainly 4 at the back. Whatever happens further forward, let it be. 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1. Everyone knows that our best position when all fit and healthy would be a 4-2-3-1 with Fraser, Maxi and Miggy in a 3 behind Callum Wilson, with Hayden and Matty in the midfield. That's what I'd want to see more than anything. Almost as much as I want to see Steve Bruce get sacked. But we'll not play that, and like I say, Fraser and Maxi will be missing out on the starting lineup. I'd like to see Fraser in. He might be a bit more match fit than what Sir Maximin is, but where would we play him? He'd probably be playing centre mid like he did against, was it Wolves? He came in. Fraser and Miggy both played centre mid. We'll kind of be doing shit like that again. So yeah, that's, I think, for me the best starting lineup that we may have at the minute, without playing just the same formation the other day, bringing Andy Carroll in, playing Almiron centre mid. It's shit, honestly. It's so shit. I'll run through the bench. We've got Dubravka, of course, if he doesn't start ahead of Darlow. Manquillo, if he's fit, which I fucking hope he is, because we've got no other defenders. We've got no centre mids. Centre backs, sorry. And we haven't got another left back in the team. So Manquillo to play there is the only fucking defensive option. We've got Matt Ritchie there for left back cover. Jacob Murphy for right wing back cover. Sean Longstaff, Sir Maximin, Fraser, Joe Linton and Carroll. There is an exclusion there for Dwight Gale. I would expect to see Dwight Gale on, but I don't know where he would fit in unless Manquillo drops out. That's where he comes in. Or if there's someone else knackered, I don't know. I'm pretty much doing a Steve Bruce at the minute and just kind of just picking players just at random at the minute, because I don't know what the fuck to do anymore. I'm not a manager. I'm not a fucking Premier League manager. I don't get paid millions a year to relegate clubs. I could do, if you wanted us to. I feel like I'd probably do a better job than fucking Steve Bruce at the minute, like, but it's really tough at the minute. Really tough. These games. It's depressing. I'm going to try not to get too downbeat, even though you've probably already been watching for the last 20 minutes, watching us piss and moan on, and I hate doing that. I'm sorry. I do like to try and remain positive, see light at the end of the tunnel. I like to be positive when everyone's being negative, but there's no positivity in this team, the management, the regime, anything at the minute. It's proper dull and bleak. The sooner changes are made, the better. So let me know your starting lineup, guys. Let me see it in the comments below, as well as a score prediction, if you dare. Leeds are on a bad run of form at the minute. which obviously step up Newcastle. We're great for teams or players that are in bad runs of form. If they are in a little bit of a rut, come and get Steve Bruce's team. We'll sort you clean out. Ollie Watkins the other day, no goal in 9 games. Up step Newcastle. Sheffield United hadn't won a game all season. Step up Newcastle. I've seen a few Leeds fans' comments though. They say when they're in a bad run of form, it tends to continue. Like against teams that are struggling, when they come up against teams that are struggling, they're kind of similar to us. They tend to let the struggling team get the win over them. So it's the war of the team in ruts at the minute. Tug of war. Who's the shitter team? It's definitely Newcastle. So I predict the Leeds win. Don't ask us what the score's going to be. I say they've got defensive issues, but they're good going forward. We pretty much just need to do the old Steve Bruce tactic, remain solid at the back and try and keep as many goals out as possible. Will we get any attack though? Will Callum Wilson get any fucking opportunities? Only time will tell. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching me piss and moan. We will be back with the watch along tomorrow night. As I mentioned before, Big Renty's match preview is out now, so go ahead and watch that. Come back tomorrow night. Most importantly, don't forget to like and subscribe and enjoy yourself.